Pixelmon has been a legendary Minecraft mod for going on 10 years and arguably was the first open world Pokemon experience we ever had. But is it finally time for it to step down for a new mod to rise up? Big topic for debate on the internet lately is this new mod called Cobblemon. This new mod offers a similar experience as Pixelmon, but with its own twist. You'll notice the very different textures between the two mods. While Pixelmon offers some amazing high poly resolution designs for their models, Cobblemon is rocking a more fitting, let's call it blockier look. This is completely up to preference, but I do feel like Cobblemon's design does fit into the game better, and I think that it has much better animations overall. A big thing to consider is Cobblemon is still very early in development. Having only been released December 2022, 5 months before this video being posted, the amount accomplished in this time is pretty incredible. What has helped them develop so quickly is their willingness to work alongside the community, stating, "It's a proud time for us seeing this project that started with nothing but 3 programmers turn into a big team of some of the most extraordinarily talented people I've ever seen in the decade I've been in the Minecraft modding." I believe this is why this mod pack has had such quick traction and popularity, and why you are hopefully seeing this video pop up in your suggested feed. Almost forgot to mention this part, guys. Another big benefit with Cobblemon is it actually runs the most current version of Minecraft, where Pixelmon is still rocking the old 1.16.5. A lot of people love Pixelmon, but in researching this topic, I found many complaints of the mod feeling bloated and many servers having an overwhelming amount of features. An idea I saw floating around online is keeping the base mod quite simple and allowing there to be additional add-ons for the user to choose to use. Personally, I do not believe this is the route they're going to take, but I am curious about your guys' thoughts on this concept. Personally, I'm a fan of the abundance of features in Pixelmon, now Pixelmon Reforged, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. But I think it's important to remember that most likely you don't utilize every feature that's in the regular Pokemon game. That's because everyone has a different way they like to play the game, and that's fine. And also, it's important to remember that they are fitting features from multiple generations all in one mod pack. And so, you know, there's a new gimmick in every generation that comes out. So I guess we'll just use the old saying and say it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. But that's just my thoughts on this debate. While Cobblemon does lack many features I would like to see in place, including, but not limited to, trainers, structures, and obviously the rest of the Pokemon, as it currently does have many of your favorite Pokemon, but does not have models for all 1015 and growing Pokemon. I say growing because I don't know when you're watching this. However, they are making big strides in catching up to that number. Alongside that, something else to be excited about is that Cobblemon is actually open source, meaning modders can make data packs, resource packs, and so on to implement into their games. And this is pretty exciting because essentially you can create your own custom Pokemon. The big appeal for many people in the Cobblemon community is that it actually utilizes Minecraft's features to its advantage. With Pixelmon, you'll notice while playing that most everything you need to do requires some sort of resource, workbench, and so on to be able to accomplish pretty much anything. So I actually had this whole thing pre-recorded, a big rant talking about what it takes to make Pokeballs in Pixelmon. They actually made an update that I guess I didn't realize. So yeah, all you got to do is you just got to cook the apricorns, throw 3 of them in like that. You got the lid, you got the base from the iron. Throw a button in between and you got a Pokeball, and it works sometimes. So I guess I'm pretty happy with that update. I guess it's been a minute since I've played a more recent Pixelmon. In Cobblemon, you simply need 4 apricorns and a copper ingot, craft it like so, and now you have 4 Pokeballs. Done. Since we brought it up, let's look at the visual difference for something other than Pokemon themselves. You can see here the difference between the apricorn plant and Pixelmon versus Cobblemon. Cobblemon taking advantage of the pre-existing tree design and using it in a way that makes it feel fun to grow without looking extremely out of place. Back again from the future, Pixelmon once again coming out with them updates. This is the new way that apricorn plants look. I was, remembering the old ugly texture that it was forever. So, I mean, this is definitely it's an upgrade for sure. Still kind of doesn't quite fit the aesthetic of the regular trees, but hey, it's an improvement. Now, let's see how this came to be by talking about the rise and fall of Pixelmon and give you my conclusion. Pixelmon came from, let's say, humble beginnings. It got extremely popular to the point of being the most popular mod out there at one point. However, with this popularity comes attention as well. Back in 2017, the team developing Pixelmon received a cease and desist letter from, you guessed it, Nintendo. The Pixelmon development team, of course, complied and shut Pixelmon down for what many thought would be forever. 5 months later, it was announced that the team would begin development on a new mod labeled Pixelmon Reforged. The exact details as to how this dispute was resolved remains unclear, but it can be assumed, at least in my opinion, that the Pokemon cries probably had a lot to do with it, because those are something that did get changed, and they were redone in a pretty hilarious manner in some cases. My personal opinion on this debate is I love the Cobblemon models and the animations that go with them. They have so much life and creativity poured into them, it makes it very exciting to see the devs put this much work into the rest of the features, which brings up a strong argument for Pixelmon. Those features that are missing in Cobblemon are alive and well in Pixelmon. Once Cobblemon adds trainers and structures is when I would make that switch. On that note, I want to make an awesome server for the community, so vote down below in the comments. Do you want a Pixelmon server or Cobblemon? Which one has won you over? And last of all, I'm really trying to get to 2,500 subs before my YouTube channel hits 4 months old. So if you guys enjoyed this and love Pokemon content, please do consider subscribing. It means a lot. Thanks, guys.